So Ravi this time replaced me for anchoring the show. Uh, Thank you, Ravi. Thank you very much. I would like to mention at least two people very strongly in this endeavor for this year. One is, of course, Menardis from FNF, who has been supporting several of our initiatives, and he thought that social media is a great initiative of the empowerment of this award and how we can take it to the larger masses. And the second is Pankaj Pachauri, who is sitting very quietly in the third row, who really liked this idea. He has been friend for several years, and he said that now that he is in a new avatar of running a business school, he is motivating the young souls to use media in a different manner to empower people. So I hope his thousands of brigades would actually do the empowerment and not really look for money. All the 60, 70 people who are here from his college must take that pledge. With that note, I would like to mention two things. Very interesting thing that Ravi told. Imagine a world where there is no YouTube, no FB, no Twitter, and no WhatsApp. So that clearly says that how foolishly we live in our own world. Which is true, I'm not saying that it is not true, but it is true for how many people in the country? It is true for only 10% of the country. And that means many of us live in the world, which is only 10%, and we still think it's a world. And this is absolutely anti-theory of, what we think is. So I'll just give you a number. 72% of Indian women do not have access to mobile. That means certainly they do not have WhatsApp. They do not have social media, any of the social media, not even a calling facility for them available to them. 72% of women. 60% of men almost do not have access to mobile. That means only 40 to 50% of the men actually using 1 billion SIM card. The number that we talk about 1 billion mobile penetration, it is not a mobile penetration. It is 5 mobile being penetrated in my coats and pants per person in the cities and metros. And the number that TRAI says and all the telcos say is that we have 1 billion crossed. They are not wrong, they are 1 billion crossed, but they are 1 billion crossed in only less than 500 million people. And when I am relating this, I'm just trying to say that if you don't have all this, obviously you don't have access to any of the social media. Because social media is more popular through your handsets and not PC set or the set on your table. That's where you become more active on social media. So, from the perspective of Digital Empowerment Foundation, that is the mandate. That how we reach to these 72% women, how do we reach to these 50% or 60% of the men. And incidentally and unfortunately, they live in rural areas, geographically remote areas, or geographically very accessible areas, but we do not go like slums and villages. How many of you know that Delhi has got 450 villages? You go there, most of the villages work on 2G and not 3G, even in our own cities. So they have mobile, they may have access, but they do not have full access. So, but why it is very interesting, why are we talking about social media is because of 3 reasons. One is that it is interactive. That is the reason why it attracts everybody. It is extremely interactive. So interactive that you engrossed, you forget about driving and you keep on SMSing while you are driving. It is extremely interactive to the level of lethal impact also. But it is very interactive, very involving. The second, it allows you to exercise your democratic rights much more openly without caste and creed and religion and anything or geographical locations. That's also very important because in India, you usually become democratically elected authoritarian. So social media allows you to exercise your democratic power all the time. You can give your opinion. And that is the reason why you must have seen that most of the police stations or the police chowkis have become official FB page. It is because of the regular pressure that was coming out from the people that they were complaining against various issues on traffic and all that on social media. So they said, why don't we have the official presence? Many of them are having official YouTube pages or official Twitter handle. Most of the chief ministers, most of the administrators have a handle, which is very good. Even in the village, I can tag Mr. Narendra Modi and send complaints. How long will you ignore me? If you ignore, newspaper may not ignore, the media may not ignore. Somebody will start saying that this person has been tweeting about the complaint for a long, long time. So it gives a democratic power. Earlier you were bound by the distance, bound by power, bound by hierarchy, but now social media takes you to play a equal level playing field. And the third is, it allows you to generate content. That means I cannot only treat you as a consumer, but you are also a producer of information. For example, Facebook doesn't create even a single line of content on their own. We create content on Facebook, and Facebook must be one of the richest content media platform in the world, or for that matter, YouTube, or for that matter, even Twitter. So, and India has been always treated by the world as how the big consumers can be accessed to sell their products. But if you take social media, actually this is a media which allows you to become producer and sell your products, starting from your voice, your words, your text, to products and services. And I'm sure you know that many people sell products on FB. Many people sell products through Twitter. Many people have audio-visual MOOC courses and all that on YouTube. Khan Academy, MOOC MOOC courses, there are many. IGNOU has courses. So these are mediums which allows you to become a producer. Imagine all the villages of 750,000 will have a YouTube channel. Imagine all the panchayats will have a FB page and all that. How rich we can. So we can really, by population, we can become one of the most enriching entities of the world to create content and product and services for the rest of the world to make them consumers, rather than we remain consumers of the world products. These are the three major, I would like to say, that the reason why Digital Empowerment Foundation works in this area, or working in this area. And but we are also human, we cannot do everything on our own. And that's the reason why this award, so that it brings all the innovators and several of those innovators on one platform, and we work together how we solve this problem of gap of information, gap of social media, gap of media, and so on and so forth. That's all I want to say in the inaugural, welcome note. Thank you very much for coming here, and please remain with us for the rest of the day. Take away few things, leave back few things. Thank you very much.